So, as an economics major in college, we spent a lot of time talking about the idea of artificial scarcity. Historically, it was always companies that generally made a product that was otherwise abundant artificially scarce in order to drive up the price. This got me thinking, how can we apply the idea of artificial scarcity to product design? And one of the first realizations I had is the easiest way to increase the value of virtually anything, at least the value a user associates with that, is by making it artificially scarce. Let me give you an example from my Facebook applications. So, as I already mentioned, one of my applications was centered around sending your friends a gift. In this specific case, it's a hug. And each gift essentially doubled as an application invite. When the gift was sent, the recipient got an application invite that said, "Ankur has sent you a hug, do you want to accept it?" And accepting the hug meant you were accepting an invitation to the application. This meant it was in my best interest to get people to send as many hugs as possible, because that meant they were inviting more friends, which led to more users to my application. So, which one do you think sounds better? Send all your friends a hug, or you can only send 12 more hugs today? All of a sudden, I took a commodity that was otherwise unlimited to me. It didn't matter. The more, the better. And I put an artificial limit on the number of hugs or invitations people could send. And the results were completely phenomenal, as you'd expect. People sent about 1.5 times more hugs to their friends, which was a considerable deal at the time because because the acceptance rate stayed the same. So I essentially increased my virality by 50% with a simple move, just telling people they can't do what I wanted them to do, which is so powerful when you really think about it. What if they still don't believe you? It's rare that it happens, but I'm going to share one of my favorite techniques with you for kind of driving the point home of artificial scarcity. But when you think about it, there's a whole other thing at play here too, and that is just show them a progress bar. It continues to astound me just how powerful a tool the progress bar really is. I think it caters to all of our inner OCD, our obsessive compulsive, like, oh my god, this thing is 75% full, I want to finish it and just be over with it. There's a very strong completion mechanic at play here, which is why a company like LinkedIn has used it so much in order to get people to complete their profiles. Zynga used to use it in their games to get people to finish setting up the game, which just meant you'd like the game, like Zynga, and follow a couple of basic steps. And it worked really well here too to drive home the point that, one, there was a limit on the number of invitations you could send, two, providing a visual representation of that limit, which kind of made everyone just want to complete the progress bar and finish it and send as many invitations as possible. And the reason I know this was effective is while it raised the average number of gifts sent, the most profound effect was in people that sent the maximum number of gifts I allowed them to. Like a lot of people that did not, the percentage of people that sent 0 stayed virtually the same, but the average number of gifts sent by people that were already sending gifts rose considerably as they were now trying to hit the limit. So the simple act of making the number of invites scarce led to more invitations being sent. This in turn led me to believe, what else can we apply artificial scarcity to? I mean, it's very powerful with invitations, of course, but how else can we use artificial scarcity? And this is actually a hack that does not belong to me. It's one of my close friends who had a drug trading Facebook game way back in the start of the platform, where he tried to apply artificial scarcity to monetization. So these kinds of games worked heavily on in-app purchases. His primary revenue source was in-app purchases. So on his in-app purchase page, what he did was put up a big banner on top saying, you are only allowed to spend $10 today. He had a progress bar underneath it, which tracked the amount of money you were spending every day, and it filled it up, until you got to $10, at which point it said you were 100% complete. Predictably, people that didn't want to spend money did not spend money. It did not alter their behavior in that way. But those that spent money started spending more money, and a lot of people actually came close to hitting the $10 a day limit. Now, one of his concerns while implementing this is, I don't know how well you're aware of this, but social games are, the monetization of social games is largely driven by whales, as we like to call them. That is the small percentage of users that spend lots and lots of money, generally far greater than $10 a day. So my friend was concerned about losing these people. So he did something that could be considered a little unethical, but also really awesome, where he actually never enforced the $10 limit. He provided the visual indicator. He said you can only spend $10. The bar hit 100%, but he programmatically never stopped people from spending more and getting more, which led to an interesting user behavior where people thought they found a glitch in the game that let them spend as much money as they wanted to, which is hilarious when you think about it, because really, like, they're just spending more money, but they're now excited about it because they have this sense of accomplishment of finding a glitch in the game. They found a bug. The game said they could only spend $10, but guess what? They just spent $1,000. And this just shows the power of artificial scarcity. It really is one of my most powerful techniques, and it's something that, while it works in product design, it can be applied in life. Like, just the idea of making anything scarce, might it be your company, might it be your time, leads other people to attach far more value to it.